Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking to you about highlighting products for your face and how to highlight your face. Some of my favorite products, favorite brushes that I like to use for that, and different ways that I do it. So it's kind of a tutorial, kind of like favorite things. There's a lot of products and there's a lot of different things, like from highlighting your eyes to highlighting your skin to using like a foundation that kind of, or a primer that kind of does it all over, like a different product like that. Or a powder or a cream. So I'm just going to kind of go over a lot of different things. Basically, when you highlight, it kind of goes hand in hand with contouring. I don't always contour when I highlight. I don't know. I try to do things, especially on myself day to day, in the quickest method possible. I don't like to bust out all these different products and like really get into it and like, you know, take hours doing my makeup, as you know, just on myself. So I like to use products that kind of do double duty. And I'm going to do a contouring video as well and show you some really good tips that I have on that, things that make it not so intense and scary and that give you great results. So when you highlight your face, you're basically emphasizing your features. When you apply a light color to your skin, like if you're highlighting, it's usually to higher planes of the face that you want to bring out, or sometimes if your eyes are, you know, really dark right here, or if you want to emphasize your brow bone or your cheekbones, or just kind of make you look brighter and generally like more healthy and glowy, that's what you use a highlighter for. And then, you know, alternatively, when you contour, you can use that to, you know, sculpt a more rounded face, to hide a double chin, and I will show you all that in my contour video, which will come up very soon. But highlighting can be super, super flattering, and a lot of people are terrified of it because a lot of people don't like to use super frosted products on their face. I'm one of them. I hate using really frosted things on my face. It generally emphasizes your pores, it looks fake, and it just kind of gives you an 80s look that I don't think anybody's really going for. But you can use frosted products and make them look natural. You can use highlighting products that don't have a lot of frost. I know I'm throwing a lot at you right now, but I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So when you highlight, you can go back with a brush when you're done with your foundation and your blush and everything, and you can highlight the areas of your face that you believe needs highlighting. A lot of times people want to make their nose look slimmer. You can contour to do that too, but you can just do like a really thin line down the center of your nose. I don't always do that because sometimes it just kind of like emphasizes your nose and makes it look, I don't know, you just don't want to do that a lot. I don't really do that a lot. If you've got a smaller nose, or if you've got like a smaller nose, that would be okay, like putting a little line down the center of it. I do it sometimes if I contour my nose, but I don't do that often because, like I said, day to day, not into dragging out the process. Something that I do love to do is to highlight this area of my face. This is a brush this is actually from that gold Extravaganza collection by Sigma, but they have these that are just in the regular brushes as well. And it's an F35, and I love this for highlighting specific areas of my face. It's very pointed so that you could highlight, you know, small areas. You could even do your brow bone if you wanted. Most of the time I use an eyeshadow brush for that. You can highlight your cheekbones with it. It's just absolutely perfect. So what I love lately is this product, and it's actually an eyeshadow. I wouldn't put this on areas that get oily because I do have oily skin, but this works great. And like most makeup artists know, I mean, a lot of makeup artists contour with eyeshadow, they highlight with eyeshadow. I do that. Why buy a million products and why use things that, you know, don't work as good? Anyways, this is called Carefree, and I really love it. I'm going to show you some other highlighting products that I really love too. There's also another favorite that I have by MAC. I haven't done this to my face yet, but just get a little bit on the brush and I apply it right to the tops of my cheekbones. And you see it kind of gives like a nice glowy effect. I can tell the difference. I don't know if you'll be able to on camera. It's really nice. It catches the light and it kind of like opens up your eyes and makes you look a little more, I don't know, just it makes your skin look so nice, and it emphasizes your cheekbones and makes you look healthy. Another product that I love by MAC that is a powder highlighter, and this is nice because it doesn't have much frost. Also meant to say that. Another product that I love by MAC is the Emphasize Shape Powder. I have the actual round one that is about the size of a MAC blush, a little bigger than this, that you can buy separately. You can get that on MAC now, just the regular site. It used to be a pro product, but it's called Shape Powder. And this is an old one that I have that I just use on myself. It's a duo. They used to come like this. This is a sculpt powder. I'll talk about those in that next video that you can use for contouring. This is the shape powder, and it's amazing because it has a little bit of a glow to it, but it's not frosted, and when you put it on, it's just so incredibly glowy. I use that for the same thing that I just did. You can use that on your eyes, wherever. But I really like this Carefree because it's kind of like an all-in-one product, and it is that Pro Longwear eyeshadow, which is really nice. You could also use a cream product, and my favorites are the matte cream color base in Pearl and in Hush. Pearl is this color. You can apply it with your fingers, or you can apply it with a brush. And if I'm going to apply this with a brush, I usually use a brush that's a little more stiff, which is the F05 that I really love by Sigma. You can kind of just get it in there and swirl it around, and then apply it to the areas that need it. I wouldn't double these products up, but I'm just kind of showing you, you know, do it the same way. And then this product is also great. It's called Hush. It's the same thing. It's a cream color base, but it's more flesh toned, a little peachy pink. What I love about this is that I can use this like on my actual cheeks, like as a blush. And when I do that, I apply it with an angled brush like this. It's an F40. Just get it in there and apply it to your cheeks. And it's not super frosted. It just gives you a nice glow. And you can even apply your powder brush on blush on top of it. And then all the areas like where it peeks out, it's kind of just, it's really nice. I love it. If you didn't want your highlight color to be so bright, or if you have darker skin, this is perfect. So I guess those are my main standout products, but I am going to talk about a few other things. This is new, and it's called What's Up. It's by Benefit. This is the little sponge that blends it in, and this is the product itself. It is gorgeous. And you know, if I really kind of use this a lot, I think this would probably be one of my standout products too, but I just always use those other ones. This is so nice because when, I'm going to put it on so you can really see, it's very like flesh toned, I guess, and it's not super frosted, and I really love that. When you blend it in, it's just really nice. It gives a little bit of a lighter sheen. This would be amazing for darker skin tones and for lighter skin tones as well. So this is a great product, and this you could just apply right to your face, blend it in with a brush or your fingers, or this. I'm not really a huge fan of this little blender. I wish it was a little bigger, but it's great. Again, this would work great down the center of your nose or even on your eyes if you wanted to. Alternatively, you can also use a product that you mix with your foundation that kind of goes everywhere on your skin. I am not the biggest fan of doing that with heavily frosted products, say like the Benefit High Beam. It's great. It's a liquid. I like to kind of apply this to just specific areas, just like I did those other products. If I mix this product with a foundation, I find that it's just too much frost, and I don't really like a lot of frost in areas of my face that I don't want it. But it's really nice, like for a special occasion or something, or every day if you just wanted to use it in the areas that I just use those products. But I find it's easier just to work with the powder products. So this isn't a product I reach for all the time. It's a great product to have in your kit because it's great for special occasions. I am going to mix a product with my foundation just for kind of like an all-over glow, so that kind of like when the light hits your face, it automatically lights up those areas that need to be highlighted anyways, because it's, you know, it's all over your face. I use a primer that has a bit of a sheen and a glow to it, like a pearlescent primer, and these two are my favorite. The Tarina Tarantino Pearl Glow is probably my favorite over the L'Oreal Magic Lumi. Although they look similar, this one I think delivers better results, honestly. I think it's worth the extra money. I've been using this a lot, and I find that this just shows up better and looks more natural and pretty. So it's nice because if someone were to like look at your face, it wouldn't look like you had shimmer, like obnoxious like frost all over your face. It would just make your face look glowy, and then when the light hits you in those certain areas, it catches the light. So I love that, and I do prefer to mix this with my foundation and apply it rather than using it first as a primer and then putting foundation over it. I just like to mix it with my foundation and then apply it. So we've talked about being pretty precise with certain products and stuff like that and applying it at the end. And we've talked about mixing, you know, a primer or a liquid product with foundation to just kind of give an all-over glow that kind of catches the light in certain places. You can do that with powder too. So you can apply your foundation and everything, and then use a powder that has a bit of a sheen to it, not one that's heavily frosted. You don't want to ever dust something like that all over your face, because it just kind of kills the effect. But something that is very, I don't know, something subtle. And this is the Guerlain Meteorites pressed powder, which I don't believe they have anymore, but the one that is just the actual, it looks like beads, you know, that are, it's still called the same thing, the Guerlain Meteorites, it's just not pressed. Delivers the same results. Actually, I think those are a little better, so I do want to pick up some of those. But something like this, you could take a brush like an F50, like a duo fiber brush, so it doesn't pick up so much product. And after you do your foundation, after you put your blush on, you just kind of swirl it in there, and you can just kind of apply it over your blush, a little bit to your forehead and a little bit to your chin, and it just gives you kind of like a glowy appearance without having to, I know you're not going to be able to notice it on camera. If you could notice this on camera, then you shouldn't be using that, because it's just subtle and pretty and catches the light, you know, when you're in the sunlight or in person with somebody. But yeah, they do sell the ones that I really like that are the actual pearl ones. I tried them out in the store the other day. I couldn't bring myself to buy them because I knew I already had this, but I think I'm going to pick those up next time I'm at Sephora. And they have, I think, 3 shades, and they're all gorgeous. So the Guerlain Meteorites are perfect for that. Just use a very light hand and use a duo fiber brush so that it doesn't pack on so much. And then you don't have to be so precise and worry about where you're putting it. You can just kind of lightly dust it on, and then it'll catch the light in the right places. Something that I have been liking lately that I will mention before I end the video, it's the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. And I got this thinking that it was going to kind of replace my Benefit Powder Flash, which is that pink mineral powder that you set concealer with, under eye concealer. And I love that because it doesn't crease. I'm really against using powder on the under eye area, but that product doesn't settle in lines, and I love it. And when I used this, I was like, that is not the same, I hate that. But I have totally, like, it's totally grown on me, and I really like it better than the Benefit Powder Flash. I talked so much crap about this when I first got it, but that just shows you gotta use stuff. I'm like that all the time. Just takes me a while to get used to something, but it looks like it's spilled out a bit. It's a white powder, and if you were to swatch it, it's very, like, it looks kind of glowy and shimmery, but it is a lighter powder. And if you applied it with a brush like this to your under eye area, or even to that area where you'd highlight, that would be a really nice subtle glow without using a lot of frost. This reminds me, if you were to use it like on the skin, like for a highlight, it reminds me of the MAC Emphasize powder, which is really good. It's glowy, but without using frost, so I absolutely love that. But this is great for setting under eye concealer and everything, but be careful if you have darker skin tones with this. You could still use it, but just use a lighter hand and be aware. Okay, so I feel like I have been talking a blue streak just because I really like these type of products. I think a lot of people, like I said, are scared of them, and the MAC Mineralized Skin Finishes are great products. I will mention that really quick. They're very frosted. Some of them can be very frosted. I really like this redhead shade that's out. I had this from a long time ago, the Brunette Blonde Redhead collection. It's come out again, and I think this is a great product. It's very shimmery, so you gotta be careful, or very frosted. But again, you can use it just like that in the areas that you'd highlight, and it's just really, really pretty, and I love it. And then some of the mineralized skin finishes can be easier to work with. It doesn't have a lot of frost, but generally be careful with these because they can be glittery, they can have frost, but I like this because it's not glittery, it doesn't have chunky shimmer. So this redhead shade is really nice. I also have the blonde, which is more pink, but I do prefer the redhead over all of them. So I will end it on that note. I hope that you guys enjoyed this and that you will think of highlighting products as being less intimidating and not just super frosted things, because I know that a lot of people think that, and they're not. So you can make them look totally flattering, make your skin look glowy and healthy, and I hope that you guys will try some of them. If you don't, I know I showed you a ton of different products. Don't feel like these are the products you have to get. Maybe, you know, compare them to something that you find at the drugstore, or something that is even in a higher end brand that you like, or something different, I don't know. But you've got my descriptions of these products that work and that I like, so I hope that you guys will use that to your advantage and try some of these out because they're awesome. So I hope that you guys are having a good week, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye!